Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Magic versus Raptors NBA matchup on Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. Of course, I give out tons of free picks every day, and to find out which of those picks I like the best, head on over to our website, Pickdawgz.com, and click on the Premium Picks tab. While you're there, use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We now also have the Dime Club Sharp Trading Plays as well. Those you can only get by texting the number on the screen and only meant for those who are bigger bettors. So if you bet big, text that number. But let's get to this one. We've got the Magic taking on the Raptors, and the Magic, cruising right along. This is a team that we saw last season move into the right direction, and this season they continue in that direction. A lot of the hoopla surrounding the Magic last year, at least by us and our community and our people that we run with and that you run with, is that the Magic were covering a lot of spreads, but they weren't necessarily winning a lot of games. It wasn't like they were a playoff team or close to being a playoff team or close to being a play-in team or any of that stuff. But this year, the Magic have elevated their game, and I'll tell you, in the early going, just 13 games into the season, they certainly look like they have a shot of being one of those teams this season. 8-5 straight up, but against the number, exactly where we left off last season, or actually even better than they were last season. 10-3 against the number in the early going. Now, the thing about the Toronto Raptors on the other side of this thing, really not a lot of expectations this year. They haven't necessarily delivered on anything more than that, but at the same time, they haven't really delivered anything less than that. And we've seen the Raptors step it up a few times, including last time out against the Detroit Pistons in a game that I pretty much thought the Raptors were going to be toast in, but they dominated the Pistons 142-113. That was coming off the heels of 2 consecutive losses. And really, most of their losses recently have been against the better teams, the Celtics and the Bucks, and then the Celtics again. When they played against, they had a nice win against the Dallas Mavericks. They had a win earlier this season against the Bucks. Their other loss, 76ers, and you have to go all the way back to the end of October till they've lost to a team with a sub-500 record. And that was the Portland Trailblazers who, looking back in hindsight, probably not all that bad either. So I think the Raptors get a bad rap, as they say, while at the same time, they've earned some of that. They just haven't stepped it up. Meanwhile, for the Magic, they've now won 3 in a row. They've covered all 3 of those. In fact, they've covered in 5 of their last 6. And have won 4 of their last 5. That other game that they covered, they lost by 1 point against the Atlanta Hawks. They were getting 3.5 in that game. And you have to go all the way back to early November. November 6th was the last time we really saw the Raptors get stomped, and that was the Magic get stomped, and that was by the Mavericks. I think for the Magic, like most teams that are up and coming and want to turn it around, they've done it on the defensive end of the court, while the Raptors, on the other side, they do it with their defense as well. I just actually think the Magic's defense is a little bit better. I think the Toronto offense is actually a drop better. But I'm going to roll with the Magic in this one. I'm not going to step in front of a runaway train, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our betting tools at Sports Chat Place. They'll tell you how often historically the bets that are on the board have actually hit. Then they'll show you the odds. This way you can find yourself the most favorable bets on the board.